Seniors approaching the payments of student debt, a special feature with wrestler Colin Loughrin, and we say farewell to our SPTV seniors. All this and more coming up on SPTV News.
And now Milica Mitrovic in her second year with SPTV News.
Good evening, Stevens Point. In campus news this week, media studies students presented video projects for their Projecting the Hive event, an event and part of the COFAC creates Beyond the Hive. Projecting the Hive reception was held in the Carlson Gallery in the NFAC, which was filled with community members, professors, students, and their families. Pictures, paintings, and sculptures of bees were all set on display for the public to enjoy and to learn more about bees. This was a great opportunity for everyone to take a closer look at how beneficial bees are to our world today.
Well, this was a class, an advanced class of journalism and production students, and we wanted to bring these students together to work in teams to create something that the community could really get excited about. And when I first started this project, I had no idea that so many people loved bees, but they do. And so we figured, well, bees might be a good way to get the students thinking about creative work and working with clients and really coming together.
Great job to all those not only involved in COM 356, but to everyone who was involved in Beyond the Hive. It was a great project that really showed off the talents that UW Stevens Point students have. Student loan debt climbs higher and higher each year. UWSP students give their opinion on how they feel about loan structure. SPTV's Emily Showers has more.
Every year, student loan debt gets higher and higher, and many students at UWSP have to take out loans in order to pay for their college tuition. Students shared their opinions on what loans they have to take out in order to pay for college, and Carol Seifier, the Associate Director of Student Financial Aid at UWSP, shared some of her thoughts on how students can manage their loans.
I think there's a certain level of, if I want a career, if I want to better myself, I'm going to be in debt for the rest of my life. And I think that it's kind of just showing just how backwards and stratified and honestly capitalistic America is.
As the vicious cycle goes, you need experience for the job, but the job you need to get the experience. So it's in this terrible thing, and you need money for both of those things. And if you don't have enough, you take out loans, which sets you up to be in debt as soon as you get out of college.
Spending that extra semester or a year or two or however long it takes them to decide really adds up in that debt, especially if they don't come from families that receive a lot of financial aid or don't get any scholarships in general.
In order to manage student loan debt, it's very important that a student know what they owe. They should only borrow what is absolutely necessary. Perhaps they could get by with a little less by economizing. Well, as part of the financial aid profession, we are hoping that the governor and his administration will strongly support higher education and continue to provide funding for the state grant programs and recognize that higher education is important, yet students need some assistance to meet their educational goals.
For more information on how to manage student loan debt, students can go to Enrollment Services in room 106 of the Student Services Center.
To learn more about how to manage your loans, visit the FAFSA website. A class on campus this year gave couples advice about love. Sylvia McCookie and Yards, an interpersonal organizational communication capstone class, organized a workshop to give couples on campus relationship advice. They based their advice on relationship research that they looked at throughout the semester. This gives students an opportunity to use what they had learned during their college career.
And I think it could obviously turn into something bigger. I think it'd be a good thing for the university, as a community outreach, just being able to know hey, this is all research based, we know what we're talking about. Yeah. And this is the first time she's actually done something exactly like this. So it's the trial run, but we're figuring out kinks, and she's working with us and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun being able to have quite a bit of control over the class where it goes.
Yeah. The department hopes to have similar hands-on classes like this in the future. In local news this week, a student from P.J. Jacobs Junior High School was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly posting a bomb threat on the bathroom wall. The legal system and the district will be taking action on the issue, And by the eyes of the law, a bomb threat is considered a felony that is punishable for up to 3.5 years and could face a $10,000 fine. The school could have the student expelled or even suspended from the school. Only time will tell what the consequences could be for the student. A Jefferson Street home could be a total loss after a fire that happened on Wednesday. The fire appeared to have started in the kitchen and traveled all the way up to the second floor. The home was actually crashed in by a car this past summer as well, and hopefully some of the items can still be saved from the home. The Portage County Emergency Management Director was fired after being on a job for 6 months. Deputy Director Matthew Dykstra will be interim for his position until they find a new employee. The next step was taken by the Public Safety Emergency Management Committee at their 7 a.m. meeting yesterday. In national news this week, the former director of the Central Intelligence Agency is firing back against a controversial Senate report. It details disturbing interrogation practices by the CIA following the 9/11 attacks. CNN's Polo Sandoval reports on the fallout and the controversy.
Criticism is mounting against current and former heads of the Central Intelligence Agency. A Senate report accuses the CIA of torturing terrorist detainees during interrogations. Critics want to know who called the shots. Did former Director Michael Hayden know what was happening?
He referred specifically to a, quote, tummy slap, end quote, among other techniques, and presented the entire set of techniques as minimally harmful.
In an interview with Politico magazine, Hayden fired back. He stands by his testimony about what he knew during his tenure under George W. Bush's administration. Hayden says, "My testimony is consistent with what I was told and what I had read in CIA records. I said what the agency told me." Hayden criticizes the report, saying in part, "I think the conclusions they drew were analytically offensive and almost street-like in their simplistic language and conclusions." The CIA's current chief also the subject of criticism from the Senate floor. Democrat Mark Udall calling for Director John Brennan's resignation.
The President has expressed full confidence in Director Brennan and demonstrated that trust by making no effort at all to rein him in.
The White House reinforcing the President's long-held stance against the alleged torture tactics.
And I think the President is pretty proud, as he should be, of his efforts to try to rectify many of the shortcomings that are included in this report.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Polo Sandoval.
We'll be following the story and keeping you updated as it develops. Survivors of the deadly Ebola virus are being honored this week. Time magazine names Ebola fighters Person of the Year for 2014. Time says that they were chosen for the honor because they risked, preceded, sacrificed, and saved the issues. Carries 5 covers, each featuring an Ebola fighter who worked on the ground in West Africa, including American doctor Kent Brentley. A wide range of people made the finals, including Russian President Vladimir Putin, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, pop star Taylor Swift, and Apple CEO Tim Cook. It'll be interesting to see who Time will pick next year. The last of the 3 men who spent decades in prison for a murder they did not commit appeared in Cleveland court on Tuesday. All charges against him were dropped by the judge. CNN Paul Orosky has more.
Against Mr. Adamu, and the original conviction is in fact vacated.
A simple sentence that hit Kwame Adamu like a ton of bricks. He was known as Ronnie Bridgman in 1975 when someone shot and killed a store owner during a robbery. A 12-year-old identified him, his brother, and another man as the robbers. As an adult, the witness recanted. His brother, Wiley Bridgman, and the third man, Ricky Jackson, were released earlier this month after spending nearly 40 years locked up.
This room is lit with truth, and so I'm so overjoyed and grateful. If there's anything that I could say moving forward, it is thank you.
No anger or resentment in his voice. Amazing after what the system has put him through.
It is my hope that from this day on we can stop ignoring what is obvious in the criminal justice system and move forward with peace and love and harmony. I have no bitter feelings towards anyone.
Kwame got out of prison in 2003, but the conviction remained on the records here. He says it placed hurdle after hurdle in his path as he tried to find work.
Every job that I have has been, temp work or anything that wouldn't expose the fact that Kwame Adamu at one time was Ronnie Bridgman.
The wife he married when he got out wiped away tears. So did Kwame.
And I just want to say thank you so much.
The smiles, the support, and the thankfulness is beyond words as far as I'm concerned. So I wish you the best of luck.
The Declaration of Innocence clears the way for compensation from the state for wrongful imprisonment.
I can't imagine any other moment in my career, and I've had many great moments as satisfying as this.
A moment that looked forward, not back. Paul Orlowski, 19 Action News.
Now, without this charge on his record, he can move past this time in his life. Well, that wraps up news for the week. Jenna Creighton has the latest Stevens Point weather.
Stand by camera 1. Coming in on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take camera 1.
SPTV News serves Stevens Point, the largest city in Portage County and home to 26,000 people. SPTV News covers campus, local, and national news, as well as local sports and entertainment. Melissa Mitrovic will present you the latest in Point news. Tune in to Charter Channel 983 or visit our YouTube channel. SPTV News, pointing to you.
I'm Curtis Round, this is Adam Yurkovsky and Justin Pomplin. If you enjoy our Final Take show, make sure you tune in every week to stay up to date on Stevens Point sports. Remember, Pointers, anything sports.
Got an itch to be on air? Join the SPTV News crew. Being an on and off-air reporter will help you gain experience in interviewing, shooting and editing video, and reporting behind the anchor desk. Join SPTV News, pointing to you.
Hello, Stevens Point. I'm Jenna Creighton with your SPTV weather. It looks like we're going to see some light fog over the next week, and the temperatures will be staying in the upper 30s. Monday and Tuesday will see a chance of snow, Wednesday will be partly cloudy, and Thursday will bring more fog as a cold front settles in over the central parts of the state. Temperatures later in the week will dip down into the mid to upper 20s, but we should be seeing some more sun. A more mild winter may be on the way for Wisconsin. The winter storms and cold front that was seen in the past November will be followed by a mild December and January, since that typhoon that hit Alaska has dissipated. This typhoon was the cause of that cold snap we had seen in the month of November. This warmer weather may come as a relief to some, but cause others disappointment, as parts of Wisconsin may be seeing an unwanted brown Christmas. That's all we have for weather this week. Next, Ben Zitouni reports a special athlete here at UWSP.
And now Ben Zitouni in his first year with your SPTV Sports.
Welcome back. The UW Stevens Point men's hockey team finished last weekend with a sweep over UW Eau Claire and UW Stout, shutting out the Blue Golds 3-0 Friday night and winning a 7-5 shootout over Stout Saturday night. Brandon Jager had 22 saves in the shutout, and Joe Calise scored 2 goals in the win over Stout. The Pointers returned to action on Saturday when they traveled to Marion. The women's hockey team also had a successful weekend when they tied Eau Claire 3-3 on Friday night before defeating the Blue Golds 2-1 on Saturday after a game-winning goal from Kat and Jed Lowe in the third period. The Pointers' next game is Saturday at Gustavus Adolphus. The 21st-ranked UWSP men's basketball team was in action last night as they traveled to UW Stout. Austin Riff scored a career-high 21 points in a 73-56 win. Joe Ritchie added 20 points, and Jordan Lutz and Alex Richard each chipped in 14. The Pointers shot 52% from beyond the arc and 57% overall. The Pointers' next game is Saturday afternoon when they hit the road to take on Lawrence. The Pointers' women's team also was able to bring home a victory last night against Stout with a 64-51 win in the Berg Gym. Caitlin Jacobs had a double-double with 13 points and 15 rebounds to lead the Pointers. Allie Michelli added 12 points and 7 rebounds, while freshman Mickey Rowland scored 10. The Pointers return to the Berg Gym Saturday night when they host 22nd-ranked St. Norbert. The Wisconsin Badgers traveled to Indianapolis over the weekend to take on Ohio State in the Big Ten Football Championship. However, they came up on the wrong end of a 59-0 blowout. The loss sends the Badgers to the Outback Bowl on New Year's Day when they play Auburn. Off the field, Melvin Gordon declared for the NFL draft, and they will now be looking for a head coach after Gary Anderson abruptly left for Oregon State. The Green Bay Packers improved their win streak to 5 games after holding on a 43-37 against the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers threw for 327 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Jordy Nelson had 146 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in the win. The Packers travel to Buffalo this weekend, a place where they have never won before, for a noon kickoff against the Bills. That's all we have for sports today. Now we would like to share a feature on a unique athlete here at UWSP.
Senior Colin Loughrin is just like any other UWSP student. He goes to class, does his homework, and oh yeah, he's also a pro wrestler.
I showed up to my first independent wrestling show in Manitowoc, Wisconsin on June 29, 2013, so about a year and a half ago. And ever since then, it's just kind of snowballed, making contacts, and the big thing was when I got in touch with Shane Hills, who runs the Dojo of Pain wrestling training camp. Been doing that every Sunday for a little over a year now, learning the art behind it and learning everything that goes into being a pro wrestler. And along with him, I've had a couple other people, someone by the name of Stacy Shadows and a guy by the name of Steve Sadist, have really helped me and kind of taken me under their wing.
But how does Loughrin balance schoolwork and his pro wrestling career?
It's hard and something I'm still trying to figure out. The biggest thing is I don't have any time to procrastinate anymore. I'm at the point where I'm on the show, I'm on the road, headed to shows every weekend, Friday through Sunday. I leave either Thursday or Friday afternoon, Stevens Point, and I don't get back till Sunday afternoon most weekends. So when I have to do stuff for school and I have some free time, I have to do it. That's been the biggest thing, just staying disciplined and not letting myself get caught behind.
Loughrin has a lot of goals for his professional career in wrestling.
My ultimate goal, I think, to make this all worth it, this journey worth it, it's gonna take a long time, years from now, but I would really like to be able to see myself in the conversation of the best pro wrestlers in Wisconsin. I think realistically, that would be a good goal to have. I don't want to set unattainable goals. If anything more than that happens, I'll happily take it, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to make it happen. But as for now, that seems like a pretty good end goal.
We will be keeping an eye on Loughrin and his future endeavors. This has been Ashley Homer for SPTV News.
See Colin battle his mentor Sadist on February 6th at 7 p.m. at the Masonist Theater in Oshkosh. That's all we have for sports tonight. Make sure to check out Final Take on demand on YouTube and our SPTV website. After the break, Ashley Homer will give us the latest in entertainment news.
Be a part of something super Greek at UWSP. There are 9 chapters and colonies on campus: Phi Sigma Phi, Gamma Phi Delta, Theta Xi, Sigma Delta Rho, Sigma Tau Gamma, Delta Phi Epsilon, Tau Kappa Epsilon, Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia, and Phi Omega. Greek life at UWSP is a great way to build your personal support system and resume. With Greek life at UWSP, you won't just be a member, but a happy friend to the chapters and colonies for life. See what opportunities Greek life could offer you.
Great opportunity to promote leadership, a great way to get connections, and also to build bonds between different groups.
You get the opportunity to grow yourself as a leader and as a person, both through your organization and connections through Inter-Greek Council and other avenues like that.
Greek life isn't what you see in the movies. I recommend checking out one of the recruitment events for the organizations and just seeing maybe you belong there.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
This public service announcement is brought to you by SPTV.
Hi, my name is Julia Flaherty.
I've been living with juvenile diabetes for more than half of my life. I realized fairly early on in my diagnosis that this was an opportunity for me to take responsibility to draw awareness about a disease that, according to JDRF.org, affects almost 3 million Americans today. November is National Diabetes Awareness Month. That's why I'm asking you to tweet me at Miss Trenchie on Twitter to tell me how you are going to help the world be diabetes-free. This disease is not curable. It is treatable. But for some people, that doesn't make it any less tolerable. Whether you have juvenile diabetes, know someone that does, or are just inspired to learn more about it, the month of November gives you a great opportunity to start. Don't push disease to invisibility. Set it free.
This public service announcement is not affiliated with JDRF.org. This has been an SPTV production. Together, we strive to make media with UWSP students.
And now Ashley Hommer in her third year with your SPTV Entertainment.
Welcome back. As the holidays approach, everyone can get a little crazy, but the residents of Alloway, Wisconsin were a little surprised to see an abominable snowman walking with her poodle down the street. Not to worry, this bumble was friendly and even gave away hugs. I wonder if we'll see any snowmen walking around Stevens Point this holiday season. The UWSP Dance Department had its After Images show last weekend. The show was developed, assembled, and performed by students. The show allows students to show their unique interpretations of dance and allows the viewers to enter the students' minds. SPTV spoke to Michael Astandich for his thoughts after the show.
The 9 dances that were shown on the concert were really inspiring to me to see the student growth, their commitment and investment in their growing artistry as performers and as choreographers, and I'm really excited for their future growth and development over their course of time at UWSP.
The next show for the dance department will be coming in the spring of 2015. Well, that wraps up entertainment for news for this week. Next up, we will have a special senior edition of our lifestyle section. Stay tuned.
Having trouble getting that first date? Ever wonder if soulmates are real? All your burning love questions can now be answered on SPTV's newest show, The Love Doctor. Join the Love Doctor herself, Michaela Hilgard, as she diagnoses UW Stevens Point's love problems. Whether it's an epidemic of shyness or a case of mixed signals, The Love Doctor is here with the cure.
This week for our lifestyle section, we would like to say farewell to our seniors who are graduating.
I'm Forrest Hart Payne. I'm a straight shooter, and I've got plenty of experience with relationships, I think, and I hope to do my best here on the show and really guide our viewers. And speaking of shots, it's a lot like basketball. You miss every shot you don't take.
No one can read minds.
Exactly. Well, some people can.
No, maybe Forrest can. Nobody I know.
Not so. A lot of women, they have a good amount. They like wearing high heels, and if they throw high heels on and they're with a shorter guy, it's like a giraffe. He should take that as a challenge, almost like climbing Everest. If he can get the taller girl, he's made it, and he's set a standard for all short guys. I mean, you just got to be the one. I read a quote recently, and it said, "Destiny is the bridge you build to the one you love." A lot of guys are outside too.
Indeed,
and
outside
inside.
and
They
inside
can be
as
in
well.
either or. Take this opportunity rebuild, get your heart stronger. Attack with love.
Literally, yeah,
Yeah,
attack with
not
love.
like go
In
up
a
and
loving
I don't want
way.
anyone to beat anyone up here,
No.
but just destiny is the bridge you build to the one you love. And I think that's what you have to do. You have to just focus on yourself. You got to get over the breakup and just go out there, continue moving forward, and everything will meet up in the end.
Is that your life motto? No.
It's not a motto, it's just a quote I read time and time again.
That was terrifying.
I don't know what to say about that with zombies.
It's War of the Worlds all over again. Hi, I'm Achille. Glad to be here. Like yourself, I have a little bit different of expertise.
The nature of the puzzles help make the game that much more immersive. The graphics and sound are what really make the game unique.
Number 2, Power Outage.
The Residence Hall Association event known as Freeze Fest continues this week with activities that they hope will warm students up to getting involved on campus this winter.
While games such as Dead Space provide intense, in-your-face scares, some games prefer to do horror with a bit more finesse.
So is your tree that impressive, Matt, for this year?
No, my tree is decorated with popsicle sticks, glitter, and some crazy glue.
We're here out on Patch Street to interview the choir boys for their trivia focus. Let's go inside.
Well, there's several billion people in the world. I'm pretty sure you can find at least one other person that you can get along with as well as anybody else.
Every year, thousands, if not millions of trees watch their leaves be destroyed in front of their very eyes. Such as the trees behind me, they do not have a choice for the leaves to fall off of them. It is just a part of nature.
Well, that sounds like an interesting relationship, and it kind of sounds like it might be somebody's first relationship.
Is this a future that you feel your children need to help avoid? What do you think about this whole issue?
Need that.
The bros are here. We're good to go.
The same way.
We're not telling you about this epidemic because we're crazy. We're telling you about it because we care. For SPTV, I'm Matthew Bondi, signing off.
Stand by camera 1. Coming in on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take camera 1.
And now Ashley Hommer in her 3rd year with your SPTV Entertainment.
Wednesday Women!
And ball.
Dress their adorable twins, Harper and Gideon, in yellow Sunday outfits, holding Easter eggs in the Twitter-friendly
Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Way Off in Half Moon Bay, California.
It'll be interesting to see the new changes, specials, and services that this restaurant-style dining has to offer. Murphy says she was only asking for prayers. Now she wants everyone to know about the scam.
Hey everybody, I'm Emily Marguson.
And I'm Ashley Hommer. To avoid a misdemeanor possession charge that could include possible jail time. A new music video by the American band OK Go has gone viral. Only time will tell how this ordinance will affect Stevens Point and campus as a whole. For SPTV News, I'm Ashley Hommer.
Best of luck to all of you and on your future endeavors. Well, that's all we have for SPTV News this week, and since finals week is next week, we will not be having news until next semester. But make sure to keep up with the updates on our website, and to learn more about what happens at SPTV, check out our social media pages. Tune in next semester for more SPTV news. Good night, Stevens Point, and happy holidays.